Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboy star Micah Parsons uses Eagles jab to recruit Myles Garrett. Dallas Cowboys star Micah Parsons wants to form an Avengers team to take down the Philadelphia Eagles and reclaim the NFC East. Parsons has been recruiting Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett, who requested a trade just ahead of the Super Bowl. Garrett has little control over his next team if he is traded, but Parsons is letting him know he'd be welcomed in Dallas. Myles Garrett, let's stop Thanos and friends. Parsons wrote on X with a post about the Eagles' Super Bowl victory attached. It's not the first time Parsons has made his interest in playing alongside Garrett known. He even said that he'd be willing to take less on his impending contract extension to play alongside the former Defensive Player of the Year. He earned it, he earned that, Parsons said in an interview on CBS Sports HQ, bro, honestly I'd like to see him in Dallas. I don't know if we have the money for him. The Cowboys are set to have 3 very expensive contracts on the books. Dak Prescott is currently the highest-paid player in the NFL after signing a 4-year, $240 million extension. Wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, 4 years, $136 million, also inked a lucrative deal, and Parsons is next. Fitting Garrett into that equation would be tough for the Cowboys. The driving force behind Garrett's trade demand is that he wants to win a Super Bowl. He explained himself in an extended Instagram post. As a kid dreaming of the NFL, all I focused on was the ultimate goal of winning a Super Bowl, and that goal fuels me today more than ever. My love for the community of Northeast Ohio and the incredible fan base of the Cleveland Browns has made this one of the toughest decisions of my life. These past 8 years have shaped me into the man that I am today, Garrett said in a statement shared on social media. While I've loved calling this city my home, my desire to win and compete on the biggest stages won't allow me to be complacent. The goal was never to go from Cleveland to Canton, it has always been to compete for and win a Super Bowl. With that in mind, I have requested to be traded from the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are coming off a 3-14 season and have a quarterback conundrum to figure out. Dallas finished 7-10 but have their own issues to overcome if they want to be in the Super Bowl conversation. Garrett may want out of Cleveland, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. The former top pick could likely fetch a pair of first-round picks. But the Browns don't appear interested in shipping out one of the most impactful players in the league. But Garrett is willing to play hardball to get what he wants. Rico Dowdle is Dallas' major dilemma in 2025. The Dallas Cowboys have a dilemma regarding Rico Dowdle. No matter what they decide to do, it will probably be the wrong move. Dowdle will become a free agent next month. In 5 years, he has earned a total of just under $4.3 million, and $1.255 million of that arrived last year. In 2024, he inherited the starting running back job for the Cowboys. In 15 starts, out of the 16 games he played in, he had 1,079 yards but just 2 rushing touchdowns. He added another 249 yards and 3 touchdowns receiving. Solid numbers, but not exactly the kind that should command a major salary. Dallas could tag Dowdle, which would cost them somewhere between $9.7 million and $11.9 million in 2025, depending on which tag they apply. Dowdle did most of his damage in the second half of the season, after Dak Prescott went down for the year. That was mostly due to the fact that the Cowboys knew they couldn't have Cooper Rush trying to be Tom Brady and win. They had to lean more on the run game, and even that couldn't save the season. If the Cowboys were to draft Ashton Jeanty with the 12th pick in April, we're talking around $30 million a year. However, if they wait and take a running back in the 2nd or 3rd round, that number falls somewhere between $6 million and $9 million per season. Therein lies the dilemma for Dallas this spring. Do they drop the franchise tag on him and lock him in for 2025 at least? Do they tag him and try to get draft picks in return if he signs somewhere else? Do they allow Dowdle to walk out the door and see what he can get in free agency? The latter option means they have to find a starting running back in free agency, or make sure they draft one early enough to be their bell cow back. Is Dowdle worth $7 to $10 million a year? Is Dowdle the kind of back the Cowboys' new offensive coaches believe will work in their scheme this fall? I guess we'll find out over the next 2 months as free agency and the draft unfold. Cowboys legend Emmitt Smith not happy about Brian Schottenheimer hire. The Dallas Cowboys' decision to hire Brian Schottenheimer as their new head coach continues to receive lukewarm reactions, including from team legends. In an appearance on ESPN Radio's Unsportsmanlike, Cowboys legend Emmitt Smith was asked for his thoughts on the team's decision to hire Schottenheimer as Mike McCarthy's replacement. Smith clearly was not enamored with the hire, though he suggested that the franchise's problems run deeper than simply the selection of head coach. Next subject, Smith said. I have no reaction. I just don't know what to say. I know we have to give the man a chance, and I'm willing to give him a chance, an opportunity to turn things around. However, if we don't align our vision and commitment to that vision, I think we're going to get a lot of things that we've seen in the past, and that doesn't feel good. We need a lot more than Ashton Janty. All that talk about having a running back and a running game, there's nothing wrong with our running game when there's a commitment to the running game. I think we've gotten so far away from what we all know as the Cowboys' great teams. You don't see that balance anymore. You see one way, and that's disappointing. NFL teams are passing more than ever, so that is not just something the Cowboys are doing. That said, he does not sound at all optimistic that Schottenheimer has what it takes to turn things around in Dallas coming off a 7-10 season. Smith had some scathing comments about the direction of the Cowboys a year ago as well. Obviously, nothing he has seen in the last year is going to make him feel any better about the direction of the franchise, and he certainly is not the only one. Smith remains the NFL's all-time leading rusher with 18,355 yards. He spent 13 of his 15 NFL seasons with Dallas and remains closely identified with the franchise.